Welcome back. Let's take a look at the front pages of some select national dailies this morning. To bring you up to speed with the stories making the rounds, let's start things off with a look at the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper for today. Monday, May the 6th, right? Today is May 6th, right? Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, NAF airstrike kills many terrorists in Borno and Niger State. That picture, by the way, is not from Niger State. This is with regards to the ongoing siege of Gaza. Israel shuts Al Jazeera's office. U.S. police arrest more pro-Palestinian protesters as this really unfortunate catastrophe continues to unfold right before our very own eyes. In other news, federal government to reconnect 8 Sokoto local government areas to the national grid after 10 years blackout. The Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, the NSA, moved to stop multiple checks at airports. Lagos market clash. Unions threaten to cut tomato supply to Lagos. These are some of the stories you can follow across the pages of the Daily Trust newspaper for today.
All right, let's take a look at the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the top of the page, it says, why FDIs continue to elude Nigeria. That's according. All right, okay, let's move on to the Tribune then. From the top of the page there, it says, we will support wage increase if, the NECA is giving details of the situation happening. Beside that, you see exporters abandoned 616 containers inside Lagos port. APM terminals is saying, you find that on page 7. Zenith Bank shows continued market leadership with 189% growth in the first quarter earnings. Below the headlines there, which is the major story, it says U.S. French military bases, the CUPP, MBF, ex-DSS boss and others caution the federal government.
This should not even be a discussion. There should not be a discussion about military bases in Nigeria.
I haven't even seen anybody come out to say we want it.
We don't need it.
If Niger, Mali, Chad, countries that were even...
Do you know how long they've pushed for this and it has never happened? There's a reason why it's never happened.
It's never happened.
We've got our backs, and I think the Tinubu administration is going to read the room, and I hope it reads the room clearly, that this is going to be one of the most, if not the most unpopular, unacceptable decisions if the administration even considers, this option. They can't leave Niger and just find a base here in Nigeria. No.
We do not want it. Niger and other francophone countries have had one-on-one relationship with these people, and if they are rejecting, military bases, then why should we? Accept these people in. It's definitely not okay so far. So away from that, only PhD students eligible to bring dependents to UK. That's according to Envoy. We don't want to go there anymore. Lagos to remove over 100 shanties under Adele Bridge. There seems to be a lot happening in Lagos. Abdullah, this
has been normalized for such a very long time. And people have taken advantage of the ineffectiveness of the system to allow this to, continue unabated for such a long time. Now that the government is addressing those gaps, it looks unusual, and people are even talking about the empathy that should be attached to it. No, look for a proper shelter. Sleeping under a bridge. Creating a makeshift house.
Let's not forget it also harbors, criminals.
Exactly. So I know that our housing deficit is quite an issue, but this is nowhere near anything conducive for any human being to live in. So I think while the Lagos state government is on one hand trying to address the gaps within the system, it should also find ways of making housing affordable in Lagos because of the population and also because of the people that are dealing with this crisis right now. So beyond just destroying the shanties, let's go on the other hand create affordable housing, whether it's through the legislation. They're talking about monthly rent payments and things like that in Lagos, for instance. So it could help a lot of people get back on their feet, but taking them out in such manner without any thought whatsoever to what could come next. is going to appear
honestly,
counterproductive.
I agree with you saying the government should do something, but when we say taking them out without any plans, it's what the moment they went there, they knew it was wrong. And do you know how unsafe it is? So something happened. We saw how in the US how a ship ran into a bridge. So imagine if that should happen. Say for example, these people are right beneath the bridge. The worst could happen. So it's not even safe for them at all. And when it comes to something, you just have to unplug it
when we want to factor in the destitution, even in Abuja here, for instance, we've been to so many of these shanty towns in Abuja, for instance, and have seen the kind of squalor living conditions that people have to deal with. People are trying to make ends meet, Sumaya. As much as it doesn't look appealing, it's an eyesore, but people are trying to eke out a living. And I think it's the government's job to find a way to address this housing deficit as well as the affordability question.
It's one of continues.
The major problems so people are just trying to make a living, and for them, the end justifies the mean, even though it is unacceptable.
Indeed. All right, let's quickly run through the ending of this. It says NDLEA smashes international drug syndicates, intercepts cannabis concealed in gas tanker. Sarab sues governors Wike and others over failure to account for 5.9 trillion naira, $4.6 billion loans, published agreement. How we will tackle illegal miners, that's according to EFCC. Domestic airfares remain high despite the reduction of aviation fuel cost by Dangote. Before Abdul will definitely come for me. I mean, if you want details on all of that, you can find that on the Nigerian Tribune. And of course, because of time, we have to wrap up the show this moment. Appreciate all of you for staying with us to walk you through this program. Do not forget to follow us via our social media handles and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentary. At the top of the hour, we'll bring you 360 Sport. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Do have a lovely day.
My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. As always, thank you for your time and company. We'll see you soon.